Man, y'all want to know something crazy? About 3 days ago, this whole lake was frozen solid. And now it's like 70 degrees outside and nice. We're in Eagle Creek, Indiana. We're going to do some walking around, exploring and whatnot. So, yeah. I know it's been a little while, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, you just going to randomly show back up after like a month. Drop a new video. You ain't even give us an intro or nothing. I know. Man, look, I've been busy. Well, I have been busy, but you know that I was about to make an excuse. To be honest with you, I've been trying to stay out the cold, man. I moved to Florida for a reason. So we back in Indiana, and like I said, it's about 70 out today. But that's the anomaly, because it has been cold. That lake over yonder was frozen solid not 2-3 days ago. And now all of a sudden, it's like we never left. You know, the fish go dormant. The fish and the frogs and everything, they go dormant. So everything's still alive in there. And as you can see, the plants themselves are still dormant. We're in a deciduous environment. I mean, you got a couple mosses and things, you know, we probably take a look at. We get closer to the water, we probably find some little lichens to talk about, but we're just gonna explore around and see what we can find. It's kind of dead out here, but you know, better late than never, and it's always something out here. See, it's some mosses right there. Matter of fact, they always call me at the worst times. What were we talking about? Yeah. All right, so check this out. This little fire moss right here, Serratum purpureus. If I can get my camera to focus, I can show you why it's called fire moss, because it has these red parts that kind of stick up. You see it? Now, this moss, like most bryophytes, is dioecious, which basically, it's kind of a complicated sexual process to try to explain, but it's basically a reproductive process in which the male and female gametophytes are produced in separate stages, and then it's reproduced through with the absence of well, I wouldn't say the absence, but with the underabundance of plants to talk about, you know, just because they're not really doing their thing right now, it'd almost be kind of fun to being this close to the water, get into some fossil talk. The really interesting thing about Indiana is we have Ordovician fossils, because, you know, about 500 million years ago we were under, well, most of the continent was underwater. But because of Indiana's elevation, a lot of the fossil record all the way up until like the Pleistocene was pretty much destroyed by the glaciers, you know, of the Ice Age. So we have a few Ordovician fossils and a lot of limestone, actually, and all limestone really is calcium carbonate fossils of like brachiopods and other shelled creatures of the ocean, fossilized over time. We have a lot of that, especially near the water like this. And then we really don't have much of a fossil record, you know, up until the Pleistocene, I'd say. So it's kind of interesting to find like different marine fossils, because it's all that we really have here, but we have a lot. I think Indiana probably has more limestone than anywhere else. If I sound out of breath, it's because I've been hiking this trail. And I sound like Joe Biden. Jesus. Yeah, let's keep it moving. So I say all that to say, hopefully we can find some fossils, and then we can talk about that. That'd be cool. I was talking about limestone. See, now obviously this was artificially placed, but it wouldn't be surprising if they found this not too far from here, maybe by the water over there. And in a couple of these, you can actually see the little prints, you know, fossil imprints. I gotta be careful about flipping out these rocks, because snakes do live here, surprisingly, and they like to hide. You know, they like to burrow when it gets cold. But anyway, you can see some little fossil imprints in some of these. Now, not every limestone is gonna have imprints in it, you feel me, but they are all, you know, comprised of the calcium carbonate from, you know, shelled animals, ammonites and whatnot that used to live in the ocean. Sedimentary rocks formed over millions and millions of years. Cool shit. My battery's finna die. We can keep walking around and see what else we find. It's kind of dead out today, but I'ma sign off just in case my battery dies, but if not, then I'll let y'all in on some other stuff I find. So yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. As I say, I'm gonna sign off and my battery's dying. I come across this now this is cool, little what's this, a spleenwort? I'm not sure the species, but that's the genus. I put the actual genus name in the description because I forget it off top. Little polypodiophyte. Now this also, and I swear I didn't do this on purpose, but this also reproduces via spores. Now differently than bryophytes that we talked about previously, like the moss, this is also a tracheophyte. It's a vascular plant. Those mosses aren't vascular, so that's kind of cool. But let me actually bounce before my battery die.